So, GAIA. Interesting film. Let's review it. I'm going to say straight from the off, we'll keep this as non-spoilers as possible, then I will go into some spoilers. As a non-spoiler film, I can't recommend it. Like, as a non-spoiler review, I genuinely can't recommend it. It's not terrible. It absolutely has some really interesting themes, but the execution is really, really poor. It's an hour and a half, and this film really dragged. Really drags. And I tell you what, it's a shame, because this is a South African film. Director Jaco Bauer, writer Tertius Cap. Or Tertius Cap, I presume it's Tertius Cap. And it's as the name suggests, I guess you could say, Gaia. You know, what is Gaia all about? Oh, planet Earth and, you know, the sort of Earth spirit fighting back, maybe. It's essentially eco-warriors crossed with maybe the hills have eyes? Sort of, I guess. And on that premise, you'd probably go, but my god, the execution's real bad. I was bored. I was really, really bored halfway through. And it's not to say that it's a terrible film technically either, because cinematography-wise, some of it's really great. They have these really weird, trippy scenes where you go, god damn, put this together nicely. Sound design was really good, but the whole execution and how it sort of muddles in together, it was a real chore. It was an actual chore to get through. I almost didn't bother watching the whole thing. Like, I did, FYI, I did watch the whole thing, but I was genuinely considering switching it off. I had it as a screener, so I could have just switched it off. But, goddamn. So, non-spoilers, story. Bunch of conservationists, two conservationists, Gabby and her mate, I can't remember his name, are out there trying to sort the cameras out for the conservation effort in South Africa, and they notice their drone crashes, and they then go and investigate, and things go astray from there. There's two people living in the woods, and maybe other things, and that's basically the story. But it's all very centered on humanity being a plague on this earth, and there's going to be a reckoning. Wah! You will get your reckoning. And it's just, goddamn, it's boring. Fuck. Good lord. Acting's not bad. The actors, we have Monique Rockman playing Gabby, the individual here. She did an alright job. The makeup was pretty decent. They kept her looking, like, terrible, basically. But yeah, not stellar. Stefan was played by Alex Van Dyke, I guess, and Carol Nell played Stefan's father, Barend. There's a lot of Afrikaans spoken throughout this. Nice to hear it. It's good. It's actually good to hear it in films, to be fair. I quite enjoy, like, I used to know a little bit of Afrikaans, so it's good to kind of hear it in films, and I do like it. But the execution's so bad. I had some high hopes for this because the opening was fantastic. But it is so slow. But painfully so slow. And does not have a good payoff. I cannot recommend this film. Let's talk spoilers. I don't recommend anyone watch this film, so if you just want to stay for spoilers, please do. I've got some images I want to show you, because goddamn. Right, look, you see this, and you're like, oh wow, the prosthetics are really decent. And I tell you what, they were really decent. I thought the prosthetics were great. I genuinely thought the prosthetics were great. This is Winston, played by Anthony Osiemi, the other conservationist. And he obviously dies, gets infected by some mushroom spore plague thing by Gaia, and then becomes this living tree thing. You see this, and you're like, oh wow, this is going to be awesome. This like weird mushroom man. And I tell you what, prosthetic work on the mushroom man was good. It all looks good. Don't see them enough. They're blind, and they make these weird, like, sort of clicking, clacking noises around. And I enjoyed that. for the most part. But Jesus wept, it just went nowhere. So basically, Gabby stumbles across Baron and Stefan, father and son. They're living in the woods. Baron has presumably left his wife to die, who had like some form of cancer, I think. Who we later see basically as a tree. But it's not really explained, but there's some things left under their house in the woods, but doesn't really go anywhere. He's praying to a tree, a giant fungus, and the fungus is telling him he must go and kill his son towards the end. And that came out of left field. Just went nowhere. This film goes nowhere. And it's just not very good. It is just not very good. And it's basically about global warming, humanity being a plague on this earth, and eco-conservation warriors. That's basically it. Now, as I said, it's not terrible technically. Some of the cinematography is really good. They added a lot of noise to certain... Well, they added a lot of noise to the film. So when they edited it, so you denoise an image and then you bring noise back in. And they added a little bit too much. I would have personally just added a film grain, an artificial film grain over the top, which takes the place of noise. But some of the noise was distracting on some of the colours. So on a technical level, not bad. That's just personal preference. Not bad. Some of the trippy scenes were great. All the blood, the prosthetics, the makeup effects were great. Cannot fault the makeup effects work, because that was really, really good. But goddamn, the writer, it was so boring. It was so boring. I cannot recommend this film. I can't say anything good about it. Like, I'm looking at it, and one of the user reviews is on IMDb is The Last of Us. I guess that's a good way of looking at it. It is almost quite Last of Us-esque, like this weird fungal monsters running around killing people. Can't see, but they can hear, and the clickety-clack. I quite like the clickety-clack that they had. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this film to anyone. Don't watch it. Not good. Sorry to be, the bringer of bad news, but it wasn't all bad. Technically, it was pretty decent. So let me know what you think if you've seen it. Don't watch it if you haven't. Cheers. Take care.